It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we've got the Vikings' versatile running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. It's the Vikings and the Titans, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Just across the Cumberland River from those neon lights of Broadway, we welcome you inside Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
Absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football. And on the other sideline, you've got a hungry, hot road team that's looking in saying, all right, if you don't take us serious today, we're going to try to extend our winning streak of our own and get back onto this plane and go home with another win under our belt.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Nashville. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Titans coming out with their quarterback, Will Levis. Good performance last year. Taken early in that second round in the 2023 draft. Greg, this quarterback out of Kentucky could be the future for Tennessee.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Second down and 8. Once again, it's Spears. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. The veteran safety, Harrison Smith, there on the stop. 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, Levis. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
The Vikings led out by the rookie, J.J. McCarthy. Won the national championship at the University of Michigan. Wasn't asked to throw it a ton during that championship run, but very athletic, very impressive. And Greg, he's the guy for the Vikes.
So he's coming off a game, Mike, that was really a bit of a mixed bag. I mean, on one hand, 5 touchdowns and the victory. That's the ultimate goal. On the other hand, very careless with the ball at times. It led to a handful of turnovers. He got away with it last week, but I'm not sure that's something he wants to make a habit of going forward. He has to find that happy medium. Be aggressive, but don't be reckless. If he's able to do that, I think they got a good chance of coming out on top once again.
That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And it'll be second down. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. Oh, and this one's gonna wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down. In motion, it's Jefferson. To the air once more is McCarthy. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Minnesota. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Levis. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Levis. To the left side in the hands of Gore. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Levis. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Levis. Pressure gets there. And down he goes.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains, so 3rd down is not so daunting.
And he's going to be sacked, but there is a flag down. Not sure how close he was to being offsides. The penalty helps a bit, but it's still 3rd and long. Here's Levis to throw. That's caught. It's Westbrook-Akine. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss. I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon, and frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game,
He is in. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Tennessee.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point. He's got it. And the Titans will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here comes the rookie out of Michigan, J.J. McCarthy, heading out for the next Vikings possession. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson, and it'll lead to a second down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On first down, here's McCarthy. Got a man, that's Sherfield. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. They'll look to pick up the pace. On fourth down, here's McCarthy. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the first down. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. He's got it inside the 5. And he's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
This is kind of the feast or famine anytime a defensive coordinator dials up a man pressure. And when you don't get home, it just puts so much stress on your secondary, Mike. They feel like they're out there defending their man for an eternity. And quarterback had his opportunity to find his matchup. Good protection up front, and they just couldn't hold up in coverage long enough, and they give up a big touchdown.
Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1. Now an opening past the 30. And And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Titans offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. To throw is Levis. He'll look middle here, caught by Boyd. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
That's deep, looking for Boyd. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. And once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is now Levis. Oh, he coughs up the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
3rd and long. Now, Levis. Here comes the screen to Spears. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Vikings with the edge. And we're back in Music City after this. So on 4th down, the veteran Nick Folk will try it for Tennessee. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. Folk's kick is good. And the Titans are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
To return is Brandon Powell. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And as we move into the second half of the season, he continues to put up the big numbers. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And this ball batted away and incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play quarterback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
They'll try and go up tempo here as they hustle to the line. Here's a design run. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Here's H.A. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stopped him short. No gain. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. They'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
That one taken in. Trent Sherfield. Touchdown, Minnesota. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings are out to a 21-10 lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3, and he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. The Titans offense headed back to take over once more. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. They'll start this drive on the ground with Spears. And he's trying to turn the corner, but will not do it. Brought down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the shotgun, Levis. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Levis. Off-balance throw. It's complete. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. This one's good for a 1st down.
Hey, come on.
Levis with a give to Spears. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, like 13. Like 13.
Here's Levis. Catch made. That's Boyd. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Like 13.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Lay Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They send Ridley in motion. A 2nd down throw here for Levis. Look wide. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Vikings have got it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Receiver in motion, headed left. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Quick throw here is complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him. They've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down. Throwing again is McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right with this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Here's Levis. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The Vikings offense. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the air once more is McCarthy. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. On 1st down, Levis. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. On 1st and 10, here's Levis. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. His pass, caught. It's Chigokonkwo. And he will score. Chigokonkwo. Touchdown, Titans. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Now, Folk, on for the extra point. The kick is good. Penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. After the touchdown, out is Bolt to kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the... Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Hawkinson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. His 50th reception on the season. And he's got a first down to go with it. They put a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. that is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be second down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go until halftime.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track. It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. And he'll take it on in. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Reichert now to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Vikings add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Levis to throw. Going up top. That ball broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop. And really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On 2nd down, Levis. This one is caught downfield by Ridley. They'll get 19 out of that play. 1st down for Tennessee. And he missed it. It's no good. And this stays a 2-score game.
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Send a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start.
And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season, the NFL leader in receiving yards to this point. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's McCarthy. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The numbers there tell the story. That last completion moves him over 400 yards passing for the game. 1st and 10. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. L'Jarius Sneed in on the stop. Second and 7. To throw, it's McCarthy. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Deep ball downfield for Sherfield.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He's going to look downfield once again.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw, to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. Here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. We get a stoppage. There's an injured player. It is T.J. Hawkinson who was shaken up on that last play. They'll send their tight end left. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. Here's 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run, and they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. That's on the big man, Cam Robinson. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Trent Sherfield. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Titans offense ready to take over one. Levis to throw it here on 1st down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing on 2nd down, Levis. Catch made, that's Boyd. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Spears. He'll be brought down inside the 25. Kamu Grugier-Hill there on the tackle. 3rd and 5.
Like 54, like 54.
Out of the shotgun, Levis. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Folk's kick is good. And the Titans are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Howell now to bring it back. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The visitors up. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Deep ball downfield for Sherfield. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
On first down, here's McCarthy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. To throw is McCarthy. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. To the left side and taken in by Jefferson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll run this one straight ahead with A-Check. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes third down. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a first and goal.
Another great throw, and that's been the story as you check out these numbers. I mean, he has done everything this team has asked of him and more.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Titans have got it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
A second down throw here for Levis. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
Like 24.
From the gun, it's Levis. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors. On the ground to start the drive, it's A-Check. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Here's 2nd and 9. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. Jaquan Jackson deep to return. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. And special teams changes the momentum. Right after a 3 and out, you think you're getting the ball back instead. Not just a turnover, Greg, but a touchdown the other way.
Yeah, and you can just see their body language. The wind has come out of their sails. The offense is fired up. Great job, defense. You force a 3 and out, and you got your helmet on. You think you're about to take the field and get a possession. Next thing you know, disaster strikes. Not only the turnover, Mike, the scoop score, and they take it back for 6.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. It is caught. It is Westbrook-Akine. Finding room at midfield. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down. Here's Levis. To the left side in the hands of Gore.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's Levis to throw. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out, they reacted quickly, and they're able to throw him down for a loss.
And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Mike zero, Mike zero.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's going to be caught. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. There's that man again, another catch. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Levis. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Throwing is Levis. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Levis to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Now, Levis. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. Open man, he's got Boyd. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Like 54.
A carry here for Spears. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
On 2nd down, Levis. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. That is caught by the man wearing 0, Alvin Ridley. He's in! Alvin Ridley! Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops. I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points. Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, this is Achan. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
He'll be bogged down. Short pickup to the 25. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Looking underneath for Achan. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked up by L'Jarius Sneed.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Levis. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Here we go. This is 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Glorious opportunity for the offense as they take over 1st and goal. In trouble, and down he goes. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. In motion, it's Jefferson. A run up the middle with Achan. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He's got it at the 3. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo. This caught, And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Like 54, like 54.
On 1st and 10, here's Levis. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Hold on, like 90.
From the gun, it's Levis. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of using the passing game to try to give your offense a little breathing room. You find yourself in the shadow of your own goalpost, Mike. Worst case scenario, you do not want to punt out of your own end zone. So I like the idea of trying to pick up some positive gains through the air. They've got to come up with some completions and try to pick up at least one first down, or you're going to put your defense in a tough spot.
On 4th down, Levis. And that is incomplete. They had their chance and took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal at the 3. Putting the tight end in motion. Here we go. One final play. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This one complete to Oliver. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.